Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jamie Westerman. I am so excited today to talk to you guys about some Thrive hacks. So doing this for over 4 years, there are definitely some things, some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that have really helped me and have helped a lot of customers. We are all very different people, and so our bodies do very different things. And so sometimes, we have to troubleshoot some things or, just go through a process to figure out what works best for each body. That is one thing I really like about Thrive is it's very customizable. It is made for like a one size fits all, but also you can give or take some things and make it very customizable just for you. So I'm going to start with the core 3 steps. I will probably do a video in the future to go over some of our plus line products and some tricks for those, but I want to focus on the 3 steps because that's where everybody kind of gets started. And so, I went through the 3 steps and I thought, okay, what are some tricks that I've used over the time that I've been thriving? So number 1, the capsules. Super duper important that we are taking them right by the side of our bed, literally before our feet hit the floor in the morning. Now, I will go back a few years. I was a fairly new thriver at the time, maybe about 9 months into it, and I was at my parents' over Christmas vacation. I was there for about a week, and I remember going to a Thrive event, and my friend who got me started on Thrive, her sister was speaking, and she was talking about, she's a teacher and she follows the rules, and she was talking about how, she's always very diligent about taking those capsules right by the side of her bed. And I thought, oh my gosh, I was traveling, right? So I was, at my parents' house, and I didn't always bring water to bed. So I wasn't always taking my capsules right at the side of my bed. Hence, that week, I was a little bit more sluggish than usual. And sure enough, that next morning, I brought up some water to my bedroom and I took those capsules right by the side of my bed. And I thought, yep, exactly. That's why I was feeling a little not so great. So I know it seems crazy that little minute detail makes a difference, but it totally does. The other thing that I have tried myself and encouraged some other people to do is, guys, there's men's and women's capsules. They're very, very similar, but the men's capsules have a little bit more caffeine, some extra amino acids. So if I have a woman who's like, I just need a little extra energy, or somebody who's working out very hard and working on especially building muscle, I will oftentimes suggest taking the men's capsules because of those extra amino acids, which of course are building blocks for muscles, and because of that little bit of extra all natural caffeine. So that's a little tip for you ladies if you're thinking, I just want a little boost. The other thing that sometimes happens when we start on this product. So before I started Thrive, I took Tums all the time. I took an antacid quite frequently, something that just runs in my family. It's very genetic for my family. After I started Thrive, what I noticed the first couple of weeks was, I was having some burning after I took the capsules. I was definitely feeling a little bit of upset, right, in my stomach. And I pushed through it because I knew that was probably a detox symptom for me. And you guys, after a month it went away, and I never, ever have to deal with that anymore. But at the beginning, as your body is adjusting to the pre and probiotics and just what's happening as your body tries to absorb and heal your gut, sometimes that can be something that happens. So 2 tips for that. 1 is to make sure that you're taking those capsules with a full glass of water. That really, really helps. And 2, sometimes I have people shorten up that window where they take that shake. We recommend the lifestyle mix is done between 20 to 40 minutes after you take your capsules, but for sometimes at the beginning period, taking it at about 10 minutes after kind of reduces those symptoms because you're getting something in your gut and in your stomach. So just something to keep in mind if that's ever happened to you, or you have a friend that's starting Thrive and they're like, oh my gosh, wow, it's a little uncomfortable in the morning. That will definitely go away, improve, but just some little tips to help you maybe push through that if needed. So moving on to the lifestyle mix, definitely keep to that 20 to 40 minute window. There has been times in my life where I've been a little lazy in the morning or I haven't quite gotten to it, and I can definitely feel a difference in my energy if I take the shake outside that window. Now, because the capsules and the lifestyle mix are working together, you're going to get the best result if you do them together. Now, that's not to say that, if you take it later in the morning, you're not going to get effects from it. You absolutely are, but the best effect is going to come in that 20 to 40 minute window. Also, you guys, you don't need a blender to mix up our lifestyle mix. It's very, very fine. They say it's microionized. I don't know what that means, other than that if I look at, you know, my lifestyle mix versus like a protein powder, it's so much more fine. Even like when I pour it out, you can see it's just like a fine dust. And that means it's absorbing in your stomach a lot better. So just a shaker bottle or a water bottle is all that you need. Sometimes I will have people say, you know, and the first time that they make it, they'll say, oh, there was a couple chunks or lumps in it. And oftentimes that happens if you do it very quickly. And so what I tell people, or is if they just give it a couple of shakes. And so I tell people, shake it up really well for, you know, maybe 20 seconds, set it down for a second, let the, you know, what's left in there kind of settle to the bottom, and then shake it up again. I find that it's extremely smooth. Having tried other products and really not loving the texture, I find that it's extremely smooth. But that's just one tip. Kind of take your time with it if you're finding that. Now, sometimes people will ask, can I mix things in with my lifestyle mix? Again, just like that timing window, it is going to be best absorbed with just water. Now, I am kind of spoiled and I really like almond milk. Now there's not a lot of calories to the almond milk that I drink, so I feel it's not making a huge difference, and I've tried water and I've tried the almond milk and I don't see a huge difference. So I've gone ahead and that's how I do mine every day. And there are times where maybe I want a little extra protein in my morning, or maybe I just want a little change up where I'll add like some peanut butter powder, or some people will add some fruit and things. Now keep in mind, you might find for you, still works awesome. You are still feeling really energized and awesome after you've had that lifestyle mix. For some people, they might need to just drink it with straight water for that best effect. All of our guts are different, how they absorb are different, and so we have to kind of keep in mind just those differences in how we do things. I wrote this list down, you guys, because it's a long list. I thought of a lot of fun things. The other thing that I like to tell people with their lifestyle mix, especially if they were maybe formerly a coffee drinker, is that you don't want to linger over your lifestyle mix in the morning. You know, if you make your lifestyle mix 20 minutes after you've taken your capsules, but then you don't finish drinking it until an hour later, like maybe like you sip your coffee in the morning, you're going to sip on that lifestyle mix, you're not getting all of those nutrients combined in your stomach at the best timing, right? And so if you drink that lifestyle mix down, you know, between 10 to 15 minutes, you're really gonna get the best results. Now, if you watched my other video on the lifestyle mix, 4 lifestyle mixes a week fill your nutritional gaps, right? That is the amount of vitamins that the average body, man or woman, needs for the week. Now, oftentimes people will say, oh, but I like this shake so much, you know, or it helps me go to the bathroom and I want to do it every day. You can absolutely do a daily shake. You could do a half of a mix a day. Sometimes I actually have people who maybe are working on weight loss and they choose to do 2 a day. Or sometimes people will do more of like a cleanse and they'll add some of our other products and do more of a liquid diet during the day, and then maybe eat like, you know, chicken and a salad for dinner. And so doing that double lifestyle mix day can really aid in weight loss and cleansing that gut. So keep that in mind too. Okay, let's move on to the DFT. You want to focus on an area that's clean and dry and also lean. A lot of times I will use the backs of my shoulders, right here on my chest. Today I have, look at this pretty fall one, you guys, because it's September here. And so today I have it here. This is a very lean area. A lot of times I'll put it on the top of my foot, but just make sure you focus on that clean, lean, and dry. The other thing, you know, there are some people whose skin is maybe more oily, you know, depending on genetics or what their, you know, heritage is, or those types of things. And so I want you to, if you have that type of skin, I want you to prep your skin actually with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And you want to make sure, of course, it's dry before you put that on, but that's going to help remove some of the oils from your skin. And then slap this on when it's dry. And that's going to give you some better results with that adhesive if you specifically have that type of skin. The other thing, sometimes I will have people with sensitive skin, and for the most part, I don't see this very often, but when somebody has very sensitive skin, I have them put their DFT on the bottom of their foot. And I know that sounds crazy, but the skin on our feet it's very tough. It's very resilient. And so if you put that DFT on the bottom of your foot, you probably are going to have zero issues with your skin. And when I say sensitive skin, maybe they take their DFT off and they notice, oh, it's a little red. Sometimes that simply means you're dehydrated. Sometimes that means you're detoxing. But for the people that consistently have that issue, I have them wear their DFT on the bottom of their foot. It works like a dream. Now, another thing I want you to think about is, I watch my significant other put his DFT on every day, and it works for him, but he literally just slaps it on and walks away. I don't know how it stays on his skin. It does. But for me, I like to put my DFT on and then hold the palm of my hand over that DFT. I really push the edges down, but also the heat from my hand will help that adhesive really set to my skin. There has also been times where, I'm just hopping out of the shower and I'm in a hurry and my skin isn't dry yet. I will blast it with the blow dryer, then put my DFT on. Or you could even put your DFT on, then blast it with your blow dryer, then really push, right? That heat is just going to activate that adhesive and it's really going to stick well to your skin. Sometimes I will have somebody say, oh, I was at the gym and my DFT fell off because I was super sweaty. You can still then take that DFT, I've done this many times, bring it into the restroom with you at the gym or, after your workout, or if you're at home, and you can, again, clean and dry your skin with the blow dryer, put that patch on, blast it with the blow dryer, put it back on again, and it'll stay on for the rest of the day. So something to keep in mind. Also, the DFT are waterproof. So if you've done a really good job of getting it on and to adhere to your skin in the morning, and you don't just slap it on like Max does, you will probably find that no issues swimming in the hot tub, taking a shower, a bath, whatever. That DFT is really going to stay put. One last thing that I want to talk about. So sometimes if you have your DFT on, and it kind of for me depends on the area. Like when I take this off after 24 hours, I'm going to take it off. There's not going to be anything left over from that adhesive. But once in a while, when you take a Band-Aid off and you've got a little of the adhesive kind of around the edges, sometimes that happens with our DFT. I notice it especially if I wear, sometimes I'll wear it kind of under my arm on my rib cage. So those areas that get really warm, or else I'll notice it if I've been kind of sweating throughout the day. Maybe I got a workout in, maybe I was working in the yard, and I'll notice around the edges some adhesive. So there's a couple of really simple ways to get rid of that. Don't just try to rub it off. You're gonna have a hard time. But one thing that you can do is use those alcohol swabs, or even better, makeup remover. Works like a dream. It rubs it right off. The other thing that you can do is just conditioner in the shower, rub it on there, take a wet washcloth, rub it right off with that conditioner, kind of makes it slippery. The other thing that you can do, which is kind of interesting, but you can take stick deodorant, rub it right over that adhesive, let it sit for about a minute, and then take a tissue and just wipe it right off. Works like a dream. Kind of crazy, isn't it? So you guys, those are some tips and tricks, just a couple of Thrive hacks. I'm probably going to think of more after this video. You may see me do this video again with some more hacks, because I think there's just so many things that you learn as you've been doing this system for a long time. But hopefully that helps you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. And if you know anybody, that is maybe this video could help, pass it along to them and just, let them know, hey, there's some hacks. Let's get you the best experience possible. Thanks again. Bye.